The date is October 1st, 2007 at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. A cloudy day with the temperature 75 degrees outside, and 48,404 people were at the sporting event that would be taking place that evening. The home team was the Colorado Rockies, who were 89-73 going into this game, while the visiting team, the San Diego Padres, finished with the same record. The Arizona Diamondbacks had already clinched the National League Western Division. It would meet the Chicago Cubs in the 2007 playoffs. Meanwhile, this game, 163 between the San Diego Padres and Colorado Rockies, was between who else would advance to the playoffs, determining the NL wildcard team. A lot of Rockies fans and other fans in baseball say this is an underrated game, and today, this is what we're going to be talking about today. Game 163 between the San Diego Padres and Colorado Rockies. The 2007 MLB season saw some big competition with the Arizona Diamondbacks and San Diego Padres for the National League West. The Padres had spent 52 days with at least a share of the lead. The Diamondbacks, on the other hand, had spent 89 days atop the NL West, winning by just one game with a record of 90-72. In addition to the divisional race, the wildcard competition continued until this last day. There were 6 teams involved: the Diamondbacks, Padres, Rockies, Cubs, Phillies, and Mets, finishing with 5 games from each other. Of course, the Cubs, Diamondbacks, and Phillies already won their divisions, but the Mets ended up choking in a typical Mets fashion. While the Padres had been consistent amongst being one of the National League's top teams, the Rockies, on the other hand, they finished the first half of the season 44-44, right at the 500 mark. After going 46-29 in the second half of the season, they found themselves in the wildcard race. They eventually tied the Padres after having a huge 11-game winning streak. So a tiebreaker was determined by the wildcard winner. So why was the game hosted at Coors Field, you ask, and not at Petco Park? Because of a coin flip. So basically, the Rockies, they had the bigger advantage, if you ask me, going into this game than the Padres did. Because we all know, Coors Field, defect, and all that stuff. The starting pitchers in this game had Jake Peavy on the mound for the Padres. Peavy had won the Cy Young Award in 2007, and also the pitching Triple Crown, leading the league in wins, ERA, and strikeouts. Meanwhile, the Rockies sent out Josh Fogg to the pitcher's mound. And this was what the starting lineups would look like. The bottom of the first inning started off with Kazu Matsui hitting a leadoff double. Troy Tulowitzki would follow up with the single, putting runners on the corners. Jake Peavy walked Matt Holliday to load the bases. Matsui would score from third on a sac fly hit by Todd Helton to put the Rockies on the board first, making the score 1-0. Garrett Atkins, the Rockies' third baseman, singled to left field, scoring too low, making the score 2-0 Colorado. After Jake Peavy escaped more trouble in the bottom of the first, in the next inning, Rockies catcher Yorvit Torrealba, I don't know if I'm saying his name right, hit a leadoff home run to give the Rockies a 3-0 lead. Peavy had a good second inning after the home run, striking out the pitcher Josh Fogg. Matsui grounded out and Tulo struck out to end the inning. Going into the top of the third, Jake Peavy was leading off in single to center, being the third hit of the night for San Diego. Brian Giles, the Padres' leadoff hitter, walked, and Scott Harrison singled to load the bases. After a Kevin Kuzminoff flew out to Matt Holliday for the first out in the third, Adrian Gonzalez was up next for the Padres and hit a grand slam off of Josh Fogg, giving the Padres a 4-3 lead. Brady Clark later on in the inning scored another RBI for San Diego, making the score 5-3. In the bottom of the inning with one out, Todd Helton hit a solo home run, with the score now 5-4. Matt Holliday scored another Rockies RBI on a single, scoring Tulowitzki to tie the ball game up at 5. Nothing happened until the 8th inning when Brian Giles gave the Padres a 6-5 lead on a 2-out double, scoring Jeff Blum in the top of the 8th inning. Scott Harrison ended the inning on the next at-bat on a ground out to Tulowitzki. The game was tied going into extra innings until lucky number 13. The Rockies had brought in Julio Lugo. Brian Giles walked to lead off the inning with Scott Harrison up next. The count, 1 ball and no strikes. Sky Harrison took Lugo deep on a deep fly ball to left field for a 2-run bomb, giving San Diego an 8-6 lead. Chase Headley came up next to pinch hit for Padres pitcher Joe Thatcher and got a single, being the last batter Lugo faced that night. The Rockies brought in Ramon Ortiz, striking out Adrian Gonzalez, and got Kyle Green and Morgan Ensberg out, ending the top of the 13th inning. In the bottom of the inning, Padres would bring in their longtime closer, Trevor Hoffman, out of the bullpen, hoping to save San Diego's season. Kazu Matsui started the bottom of the inning off with another leadoff double to center field. Matsui scored again on another double hit by Tulowitzki, so Trevor Hoffman blew the save, giving up a triple by Matt Holliday, who tied the ball game up at 8, scoring Tulowitzki. Still with 1 out, Todd Helton intentionally walked to first base, putting runners at first and third. The next batter was Jamie Carroll, who came in to pinch hit for Garrett Atkins, and on the first pitch of the at-bat, Carroll hit a sac fly to right fielder Brian Giles. Matt Holliday tagged up from third, sliding headfirst in a very close play at home plate, with home plate umpire Tim McClellan and calling Holliday safe. The Rockies would win the game 9-8, and as all we knew, the rest of the story. The Rockies beat the Phillies in the division series, swept Arizona in the NLCS, and would get swept themselves by the Boston Red Sox in the 2007 World Series, making this the third World Series to end in 4 games in the last 4 years. Now, there's a lot of controversy behind this game, because a lot of people say that Matt Holliday should have been out and he didn't touch home plate. Well, you see, during the final play, Michael Barrett, who came in halfway through the game for the actual starting catcher for the Padres, which was Josh Bard. Okay, that's a name you don't hear anymore. During the final play, he attempted to block home plate from Holliday's slide while receiving the ball on a throw from Giles from right field. Holliday arrived at the plate before the ball did, and the ball bounced away from Barrett. Some controversy arose after the game as to whether Holliday actually touched home plate or if Barrett had successfully blocked him. Several sports writers, such as Jeff Passan, my boy, who never sleeps for some reason, Jeff Passan, he's pretty big on Twitter, and Mark Kisla of the Denver Post said outright that Holliday never touched the plate. Mark Kisla referred the moment humorously, saying, "While folks retell this story 100 years from now, he still will not have touched home plate." And then former Padres manager Bud Black and first base umpire Ed Montague both agreed with Tim McClellan's safe call. Barrett said he was unsure, but never ever second-guessed Tim McClellan at home plate. While the throw got away from Barrett, he quickly retrieved the ball and went to tag Holliday, but stopped short after McClellan ruled Holliday safe, and the game was over. Holliday says in rewatching the play, he feels a review of the replay it would have been inclusive. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys do enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, and comment down below what's your guys' thoughts on this game, whether you're a Rockies fan or a Padres fan. What do you think should have been the final call in this game? And if you guys have any more ideas for videos you guys want me to do, let me know in the comments below. The next video, let's talk about the other Game 163 that happened 2 years later in 2009 between the Detroit Tigers and the Minnesota Twins. Until then, see you later.